When you tell people you pick locks for a hobby, undoubtedly certain things come up. These are my top 5 things that I'm getting the most annoyed about with that. Number 5. Oh, what are you planning to break into? Yeah, hate that one. It's like I just called it Lock Sport, and I just explained it's kind of this like friendly, competitive, just good all-round sharing community thing of people that just enjoy picking locks. We're not trying to get into things. We're not trying to break into homes, but undoubtedly that's their takeaway. And you can go in and you can explain all the ethics to them, or we don't pick locks we don't own, we pick in a clamp. But undoubtedly they will walk away and they'll go, oh, don't mess with this guy. He's coming into your house. Keep an eye on him. Hey, you need to break into a bank. He's your man. And that's what they'll walk away doing. It's annoying, but guess it'll just be forever linked with breaking into things. Number 4. Oh, what kind of lock should I get for my door? This is a reasonable question, I think. They're comprehending, oh, you pick a lot of locks, you're going to be able to tell me what's easiest. But my response is the same, get a better door. Like, I don't know. I don't think anyone's going around trying to get your flat screen television by picking your lock. It takes a number of years to get to where I think you're good enough that under the pressure of trying to get into someone's house before you're spotted, you could probably do it fairly quickly. And that's a whole different game than sitting here in the comfort of my home with a mocha, picking on a lock and a clamp. But it's, like I said, it's a reasonable question. But yeah, just get a better door, Yeah, that's all I got on that one. Number 3. Well, now I'll know who to call next time I lock myself out of my car. No, I don't really pick car locks. Sorry. And then they're always disappointed when they hear that. It's like I've told them something that I do and they think that's really kind of cool, and then I've just like ripped the rug out from under it because I don't really pick car locks. I guess I could try to do some. Chances are, though, I don't have my picks with me anyway because I pick on this table. And this is usually followed up by, well, I'll know who to call then, at least when I lock myself out of my house. No, don't call me for that either. I don't want to drive across town to pick whatever lock is on your door. And chances are I'm going to be ripping another rug out from under you when I get there, and it turns out you've got, say, a 2nd-gen quick smart key on there. And I'm like, oh no, I've picked one of those twice, never picking one again. And then I go in and I geek out and explain to you how that works. We'll just torque it with a screwdriver maybe, but you don't want to come across town to either not pick your lock or to just pick whatever it is that happens to be on your door. My neighbor, one of my immediate neighbors, locks themselves out of something. Yeah, I'll do it. Trailer hitch on my neighbor's truck. Sure, did that one for him a few times. The one kid down the street had his allowance locked up in some little box. Lost the key. Yeah, bud, I will come unlock your allowance for you. No problem. But yeah, as far as like every random person I've talked to, no, I'm not going to do it. They usually followed it up with saying, oh, you could make a lot of money doing it. Could I? I mean, the radius of the area that I would be willing to work would probably be pretty low. Yeah, maybe I could pull in $60 every 3 months, maybe. And that's with some advertising. Hey, I'll pick your lock. That's all I'll do. I will just pick your lock. I've got no other service other than to pick your lock. I think it's going to make more than the first band I was in, but it's not really going to make enough to be worth any kind of my trouble, because chances are, too, I'm also going to be at my regular job, or I'm going to be asleep or eating or doing something else where I don't want to have to come deal with it. Money's not a big motivator for me. So, but there we go on that one. Number 2. Oh, you should be a locksmith. Do you want to be a locksmith? Are you studying to be a locksmith? You should be a locksmith. No, I enjoy picking the locks. That's what I do. It's my hobby. And that's really the only part of it I like to do. There's a lot of things I like to do. I don't want to make a living at them. I enjoy having sex. I don't want to be a porn star. I love my dog. I don't want to be a vet. And I've known junkies, and they don't want to be pharmacists. But undoubtedly, they always say, "Oh, you should be a locksmith." No, I don't. I take the locks apart. And that's one of my least favorite parts. It legitimizes the pick, I think, and it's perfectly reasonable and understandable to have to do that. And also, primarily, though, when with the challenge locks, I want you guys to see the pins, right? Because somebody put some effort and some time into making those, and you want to show those off. A lot of times, for me, that's almost more of a reason to do a video than to show the actual, that I can get into it. If it was just left up to me and I wasn't making videos, I would probably only disassemble maybe 3 out of every 10 locks that I get. Sometimes something comes up and I'm like, I'm kind of curious about what's going on in there. But yeah, I enjoy the picking part. And that's the only thing I like. I don't really want to have to try to master key an entire office complex. So I know some of you guys are locksmiths. Hats off to you, man. Not for me. Don't want to do it. But it's not a knock on the profession at all, not by any stretch of the imagination. Just not for me. So, yeah, there's that one. Number 1. I bet you can't pick a fill in the blank with some sort of lock or something that is locked up. It's my number 1 pet peeve. I hate this conversation. I bet you can't pick the lock on my door. I bet you can't pick the lock on my trailer. I bet you can't pick the lock on the pool down the street. I bet you can't pick the lock on the Texaco. I bet you can't pick the lock on the Family Dollar. It's just, they just start naming everything they've got that's got a lock on it. Now, I probably can pick your lock on your trailer because, yeah, it's this big and it's made of something that says it's hardened metal, but at the end of the day, that's still a 3-pin master lock core in there. I'm not worried about all that frivolous stuff all around it. I don't care that the chain on your bike is 4 inches in diameter. I'm worried about the actual locking mechanism itself. But the problem with this game is they're going to win eventually. They're going to name something you can't pick, and you're going to have to say, yeah, I can't pick that probably. And then they're going to be like, gotcha. And it's just annoying. I've had this conversation go all the way down to, I bet you can't get into the bank. Okay, yeah, you win. I can't pick the bank vault. There you go. And on one occasion, I've had this conversation. Kid you not, go all the way down to, I bet you can't get into where they keep all that gold, meaning Fort Knox. You're right. I can't get into Fort Knox. Can't do it. Even if you took all the locks off the door at Fort Knox and put them in a bucket, I still couldn't get in there. They've got armed guards. They're just going to fucking kill me. So, yeah, not going to happen. Can't do it. There we go. You win. So there we go, my top 5 most annoying tidbits that come up in conversation with non-pickers when talking about lock picking. Yeah, anyway, hope you kind of enjoyed that, a little bit different from other stuff. Maybe you've got a different annoyance that isn't on the list, in which case, mention it below. Betcha I find it as annoying as well. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.